Welcome back to Soulful Strategies with Kathleen Amy, the podcast where we blend intuition with strategy and the actual practical approaches to empower your business journey. I'm Kathleen, and in today's episode, I'm going to speak to the art of aligning your business operations with the natural and personal rhythms of winter and other seasons of your life. Understanding these rhythms can significantly boost our productivity and overall well-being inside and outside our business, and can actually accelerate our success. The first thing that I wanted to speak to in this episode is identifying your personal rhythms. Now, each of us has our own unique rhythm, a personal ebb and flow of energy throughout the days, the month, and even the years. And in winter, I don't know about you, but for me in particular, I find that I experience a natural inclination to slow down. Recognizing and honoring our own rhythms is really crucial for maintaining energy and focus and flow in our business. Because when we are a solo business owner, we might not be our business. We aren't our business. We are a separate entity. But when we are working solo or with a small team, it is often us that is the driving force behind the business. And so sometimes it can feel really natural for your energy to impact your business. But that is not what we want. We don't want our energies to be impacting the flow of our business, our systems, and our strategies. We want to really identify our own rhythms so that we can then put scaffolds into place to support us and our business through the seasons. In a practical application of this, it might be actually sitting down and considering tracking your daily energy levels and identifying the patterns that you see. Do you feel more energized in the morning or afternoon? How does each season affect your productivity and your mood? And by understanding these patterns, you can then tailor your work schedule to leverage periods of higher energy and then rest during those lulls. And I speak a lot about how the rest is so important as well for our creativity and our flow. And so it's really important to focus on those times too. Identifying and understanding our personal rhythms are a little bit more than just that though. It's a little bit more nuanced than recognizing whether you're a morning person or a night owl. It's really about deeply tuning into your body's cues and the subtle shifts in your energy throughout the day, the month, and even the year. During winter, especially, this awareness becomes even more crucial as the seasons naturally invite us to slow down and perhaps be more introspective. Having an understanding of this before you get into your literal or metaphorical winter season will give you a chance to actually plan and put into place some structures, some systems, some strategies, some scaffolds to support you and your business through that season. By starting with tracking and identifying your own personal energy patterns, you'll be able to sync better with your personal rhythms. Another thing I like to do is just observe and record my energy levels at various points during the day over a couple of weeks. And I take note of what tasks align best with my high energy phases and what moments or tasks call for quieter, more reflective activities. This personal rhythm mapping can then become a really powerful tool in your systems and your strategies and your toolkit for planning your days and weeks, especially in times where you may have a more natural inclination to hibernate. I have some reflective questions that I love to use in my own journaling practice for this. If you want, grab a pen and a journal and pause this podcast and we can do them together. So the first question I ask myself is, do you find that the cold, shorter days of winter impact your motivation or creativity? Do you feel a need for more rest or perhaps a different type of work focus during this season? And the reason why I ask myself these two questions is because acknowledging these seasonal influences on your energy can actually help us align our work habits with our natural inclinations, which then fosters greater productivity and well-being. Once you've reflected and identified your rhythms and patterns, the next step is to actually align your work schedule with these patterns. So this might mean tackling creative tasks during your peak energy times, or scheduling meetings when you're most likely to be engaged and interactive. On the other hand, when your energy dips, you might be considering tasks that are less demanding or allow for more flexibility throughout the week, such as planning, reading, or brainstorming sessions, for an example. And remember, honoring your personal rhythms isn't about being super rigid and adhering to the one schedule that you've created. It's really about flexibility and being responsive to your body's needs, especially in winter when our bodies might crave more rest, more warmth. Adjusting your work rhythm can lead to not just sustained productivity, and I'm talking about productivity a lot because we're talking about business on this podcast, but it also really fosters a deeper sense of harmony and satisfaction with your work-life integration. Now that we have all this, how do we actually adapt our business strategies for winter or for our personal rhythms? And winter's slower pace doesn't have to mean a decrease in that productivity. Instead, it can offer us an opportunity to realign ourselves with deeper, more strategic work. It can be a time to plan, to reflect, and to focus on tasks that require more thought and less of that active energy. If you need some extra support in reflection, you can go back and listen to some of my previous episodes in this season. This season is all about using the slower time of metaphorical winter to tune into your business and create strategies that will actually support you. So go back and have a listen. There are some real gems in the episodes. In a strategic and practical sense, adjusting your business strategies to align with these rhythms might mean reserving the more demanding tasks for your peak energy times and then allowing space for reflection and planning when your energy is waning. And it's about working smarter, not harder, and using the season's natural tendencies to your advantage, being strategic about it. Another thing to consider beyond your personal natural rhythm is the collective rhythm of your team, if you have a small team, or market. Winter might be a slower season for some industries, which makes it an ideal time for training, development, and laying the groundwork for future initiatives and the steps that you're taking to reach that big vision. Recognizing, respecting, and acting on these broader rhythms can prevent burnout and foster a more productive, harmonious work environment. I know for me in my business, I am a solo business owner. I use this time to really hone in on the vision I have and take small steps to achieving that. Releasing this podcast in winter was one of them. I know that this tends to be a slower season for me, and I actually really love it. I love all of the creative ideas that I get to start playing with during the winter season. And I love that I can just snuggle up literally under my heated blanket and just dive into some really juicy creative work. You can kind of begin to paint a picture that winter with its calm and stillness, that vibe, presents us with a unique chance to shift our focus from rapid execution and do to more thoughtful strategizing. This season gives us an opportunity and allows us a chance to really go into the kind of work that requires introspection and meticulous planning, which can sometimes be sidelined in faster paced months. But these are the parts of the business that are actually really crucial, the scaffolds and the foundations that we create. So using this season as an opportunity and a time to really build those foundations and build those scaffolds will mean that in the later seasons, in the second half of the year, we actually have something to hold on to. We have something to climb and something to prop us up. Our systems and our structures and our strategies will be formed around what our big vision is. Ultimately, adapting your business strategy for winter and other seasons is about respect. It's respect for yourself, your natural rhythms, respect for your team, your team's well-being, and the cyclical nature of business and life. By honoring these rhythms and aligning your actions with them, you can turn the quiet of winter into a powerful period of growth and preparation. Now, I'd really love to hear from you. How do you adjust your business activities in response to your personal energy rhythms or the changing seasons? And do you find certain times of the year more conducive to different types of work? Share your experiences and insights, and let's learn from each other's soulful strategies. Thank you again for tuning into Soulful Strategies with Kathleen Amy. Remember that your business is not you, but it is its own living, breathing entity that thrives on rhythm and balance. So honoring both your own rhythms as the leader in your business and the rhythms of your business will enable you to watch your productivity and satisfaction absolutely soar. Join me next time as we continue to explore soulful strategies that nurture both your business and your soul. Until then, stay tuned to your own rhythm, and I will catch you next week.